I always had a problem with sleeping growing up. Many times I'd get sleep paralysis. But after I blessed my room, it hadn't happened in months. Sleep paralysis is a peculiar and often unsettling phenomenon. It's a state between wakefulness and sleep where you're unable to move or speak. It often comes with hallucinations, lending it an eerie and supernatural feel. To put it simply, it's a waking nightmare, and for me, it was a regular visitor in the dead of night. But after I blessed my room, it hadn't happened in months. The nights were peaceful, the dreams were pleasant, and the paralysis was a distant memory. I thought I had finally escaped the haunting grasp of this nocturnal terror. I was wrong. One night about a year ago, I found myself in its icy grip once again. I woke up frozen, the familiar terror creeping back into my consciousness. And for the first time in months, I was once again a prisoner in my own body. If I tried to move, I'd get a really loud ringing noise in both my ears. It would get louder each time I moved. It felt as if my body was bound by invisible chains, each link echoing with the sharp screech of that unending ringing. Every futile attempt to stir, to break free, only amplified the cacophony. It was as if an unseen force had taken control, holding me still in the dead of the night. The room was silent, save for the ringing that seemed to bounce off the walls, growing louder and more insistent with each passing second. A chill crept up my spine, a cold dread wrapping around my heart. I could sense it. An unseen presence. It was like a shadow had descended upon the room, a darker shade of black against the night. I was terrified. I was too scared to open my eyes, but I felt a presence of someone in the room with me. I opened my eyes and see a very tall and dark figure, with two horns on each side of his head, just standing there in the corner of my room, facing me. The figure was so tall it seemed to touch the ceiling, its form darker than the shadows in the room. Its horns twisted, curling like a ram's. A chill ran down my spine, my heart pounding like a drum in my chest. The room felt colder, a sense of dread filling the air. I wanted to scream, to call for help, but my voice was trapped in my throat. The figure remained still, its gaze fixed on me. I felt like a deer caught in the headlights, frozen in fear. I tried to move, to escape from this nightmare, but my body refused to respond. Each attempt was met with a ringing noise, growing louder and louder, echoing in my ears. It was as if the figure was holding me captive, not with chains but with sheer terror. Tears began to trickle down my cheeks, a silent cry for help. The ringing noise was now a deafening roar, drowning out my thoughts. I forced my eyes shut, praying for this nightmare to end. And then, in a voice as cold as ice, it spoke, "God can't help you anymore." Its words hung in the air, a chilling promise of what was to come. I felt my consciousness slipping away, the room growing darker, the figure looming larger, and then everything went black. I closed my eyes, and in my head started saying, "God will protect me, God will protect me." I repeat this silent prayer over and over, hoping to drown out the fear that's threatening to consume me. I concentrate on the words, trying to draw strength from them. I am not alone. I am not alone, I tell myself, feeling the warmth of faith trying to seep into my shivering body. But then, amidst my fervent prayers, I hear something. It's soft at first, like the whisper of a winter breeze through a cracked window. I strain my ears, trying to make out the sound. It's a voice unlike any I've ever heard. It's low and guttural, grating against my senses like nails on a chalkboard. It's a voice that sends chills down my spine, a voice that makes my heart pound in my chest like a terrified bird. The voice gets louder, clearer. It fills the room, echoing off the walls and vibrating through my being. It's a voice that is filled with malice, a voice that is inhuman. The voice speaks, its words cutting through my prayers like a knife through butter. I can barely breathe as I listen to what it's saying. God can't help you anymore. The words resonate in the room, hanging in the air like a shroud. The voice seems to smirk, reveling in the terror it's causing. Then, I hear a low, evil voice say, "God can't help you anymore." As the chilling voice echoed in the room, a dread seized me. My heart pounded in my chest, my breath hitched. I was petrified, trapped in my own body, helpless. The ringing in my ears reached a deafening crescendo, obliterating all other sounds. The figure remained, an ominous silhouette against the darkness. I could feel its gaze penetrating me, making my blood run cold, and then, just as suddenly as it all began, everything went black.